learning environment. Why choose us? Our institution offers a transformative educational experience, combining education excellence and practical skills. We provide a cutting-edge curriculum with hands-on training, mentorship from industry professionals, networking opportunities for career growth, and leadership development for global impact. The programs offered include BSc, Medical Laboratory Science, Nursing Science, Environmental Health Science, Public Health, Community Health, and Health Economy. We also offer HND in Public Nursing. Our facilities: modern computer and medical labs, research centers and digital libraries, and interactive learning spaces and study zones. Who can apply? Aspiring professionals in health and management can apply. Working individuals seeking career advancement can also apply. International students looking for a global learning environment are also.
Welcome to the broadcast of News Hour on SOM TV, the pulse of the nation. You can follow us on Facebook at SOM TV and on YouTube at SOM TV. I am Esther Oka Stephen with the news in full. The presidency has refuted claims that President Bola Ahmed Tinubu had dismissed the chairman of the Independent National Electoral Commission, INEC, Mahmood Yakubu, following reports circulating online. The rumors suggested that Yakubu was replaced by Bashiru Olamilekan, but the presidency quickly dismissed this as fake news. Otega Ogara, Senior Special Advisor to the President on Digital and News Media, issued a statement urging the public to disregard the false report. He emphasized that any official announcement about changes in INEC's leadership would come through the Office of the Secretary to the Government of the Federation, SGF, and other authorized government channels. The inaccurate report, which had gained attention on social media, had sparked speculations about leadership changes within Nigeria's electoral body. However, the presidency confirmed that such changes are taking place and that Yakubu continues in his roles. The statement also reiterated the importance of media outlets adhering to factual reporting standards and combating the spread of unverified information. The Taraba State Ministry of Environment and Climate Change has successfully conducted a 4-day refresher training for community business agencies under the Agroclimate Resilience in Semi-Arid Landscape, aimed at enhancing their abilities to develop business plans that foster economic growth and resilience to climate change in the state's semi-arid communities. SOM TV correspondent Teresa Yakubu files in the report.
Yuba reporting for SOM TV. The Taraba State Ministry of Environment and Climate Change has successfully hosted a 4-day refresher training for Community Business Agency (CBA) of the 15 CRF pilot communities under the Agroclimatic Resilience in Semi-Arid Landscape (ACRISEL). The training aimed at equipping participants with skills in developing and implementing business and investment plans was held in collaboration with the Ministries of Agriculture and Water Resources. The event served as a key platform for empowering CBA to drive economic growth and sustainability in the respective communities while enhancing their resilience to climate change. Delivering a welcome address on behalf of Dr. Abu Kefers, Dr. Clement Giwa commended the governor for his continuous support of the project. He also thanked the Honorable Commissioner from the Ministry of Land for partnering with the Ministry of Climate Change to facilitate the training. Dr. Giwa expressed his confidence in the participants' ability to apply the knowledge gained.
And I know that whatever you're going to gain here will be passed down to the CIGs. You're here so that members of my team can equip you with adequate knowledge to developing a well-structured business plan. That I believe the knowledge gained here will not go astray, because you are going to be catalysts and agents of change that will enhance climate resilience in Taraba State. On this note, I'm not going to say much, rather than appreciating all of you for being here. Take whatever message we're going to give, equip yourself properly, and on this note, I am declaring this training formally open. Thank you.
Environmental Sustainability Officer ESO for the AgriCell project spoke about the broader impact of the initiative. He emphasized its role in promoting sustainable landscape management practice across 19 northern states and the Federal Capital Territory, FCT.
Starting with the AgriCell project development objectives. The overall objectives of AgriCell is to increase the implementation of sustainable landscape management practices across 19 northern states and the FCT. This concept has been put together by the federal government of Nigeria in collaboration with the World Bank to address some of the environmental challenges bedeviling northern Nigeria. Why AgriCell is calling each and every person to join hands together to make sure that we restore the degraded environment, we bring food on the table, we take care of the vulnerable people in the communities, we carry everybody along to make sure that we live a very long life.
The training marks a significant milestone in the implementation of the AgriCell project in Taraba State. The skills and knowledge impacted are expected to empower CBA to promote economic growth, improve livelihood, and strengthen resilience to climate change in their communities. Teresa Ayuba reporting for SOM TV.
Holding in Jalingo, the Rule of Law and Empowerment Initiative, in partnership with partners West African Nigeria and supported by the MacArthur Foundation, is currently holding a close-by-close review of the Penal Code Law of Taraba State. The program, titled A Review of the Penal Code Law of Taraba State, runs from Monday, April 7th to Friday, April 11th, 2025. This important event represents a new phase in criminal justice reform within the state. Discussion will focus on various provisions of the 1960 Penal Code Law, with key criminal justice actor analyzing outdated provision that no longer meet current realities. The review aimed to address contemporary challenges such as cybercrime, kidnapping, banditry, and gender-related violence. Key participants include the Chief Judge of Taraba State, represented by Justice Nuhu Ali, the Honorable Attorney General and Commissioner of Justice, Mr. Yakubu Mekasua San, the Chairman of the Justice Law Reform Committee, Honorable Justice Dauda N. Buba, the Director of Public Prosecution, Mr. Abubakar Dairu Mustafa, Deputy Controller of the Nigerian Correctional Service, Mr. Amos Sani, Special Advisor to the Governor on Legal Matters, Mr. Sani Mark, and members of FIDA, among other stakeholders in the criminal justice system. Stay tuned to watch the video clip from our correspondent, Moses. Young protesters from the Take It Back movement defied police warning and staged rallies across various states, including Lagos, Oyo, and Rivers on Monday, 7th April 2025. The protesters wearing the signature orange beret began their demonstration in Lagos at the Ikeja Under-Bridge, marching through major roads while chanting solidarity song under police watch. In a related development, the federal government has expressed support for citizens' rights to protest, acknowledging the importance of free expression, particularly for young people. However, the government has issued a stern warning against the destruction of national infrastructure during protests, urging the demonstrations remains peaceful. Minister of Youth Development, Comrade Ayodele Olawande, emphasized that while the government recognizes the validity of the issues raised by protesters, it is essential that protests do not escalate into violence or damage of public properties. Meanwhile, the police dispersed protesters in both Abuja and Rivers State using tear gas. In Abuja, demonstrators carried placards calling for an end of repression, while in Port Harcourt, protesters voiced their concern over national issues, including the alleged misuse of the Cybercrime Act and the worsening economic situations. The protests were part of nationwide movement led by the Take It Back movement and civil society organizations. Despite attempts by the police to break up the protests, many demonstrators remain determined to make their voices heard. Over 20 Nigerian state governors, include those of Imo, Kaduna, and Borno, are under criticism for failing to implement the 70,000 naira minimum wage for local government workers and primary schools teachers, despite it being signed into law by President Bola Ahmed Tinubu in July 2024. While some states have complied, many have only extended the new wage to state civil servants, excluding local staffs and teachers. The Nigeria Union of Local Government Employees expressed concern over broken promises and artful implementation. In Kwara and Sokoto, though the new wage is being paid, heavy taxation and delayed payment have reduced its impact. Some teachers in the states like Zamfara and Taraba have not even received the 2019 30,000 wages. In the FCT, public primary school teachers have gone on repeated strike over non-payment, disrupting academic activities. They are demanding immediate payment of the new wage arrears and additional allowance. Another report from Taraba State has it that Dr. Abu Kefas, governor of Taraba State, has been formally installed as the grand patron of the Boys Brigade Nigeria Taraba State Council. The investiture ceremony was held on Sunday, April 6, 2026 at the Great Gospel House in Jalingo. The event, conducted by the National President of the Boys Brigade, Professor Samson Duna, included the governor's demonstration and presentation of the organization's color. Dr. Kefas received an award in recognition of his contributions to the state and the country. In his address, he expressed gratitude for the honor, describing it as a call to serve. He emphasized the value of discipline, mentorship, and faith, and pledged continued support for the organizations. The ceremony also marked the opening of the 2025 Boys Brigade Week, chaired by Right Honorable Mark Oseni, member representing Takum, Usa, and Dunga federal constituencies. Oseni praised the governor's exemplary life as reflecting the brigade's ideals. Dignitaries include senior boys brigade officers from across the Northeast attended and made monetary donation to support the councils. Reflecting on his personal journey on the Boys Brigade under his late father's guidance, Governor Kefus promised to strengthen the organization's vision and roles in youth development. He also delivered a sermon titled, "The Mercy and Overruling God," urging leaders to stay focused on their responsibilities and trust in God's redemptive power. Still from Taraba State, the Agricultural Extension Society of Nigeria has successfully hosted its 30th annual conference at the Taraba State University, Jalingo, bringing together agricultural experts, government officials, and stakeholders to discuss critical issues surrounding agricultural extension, food security, and sustainability practices amid growing challenges like climate change and inflation. The Arise Women of Impact Gala held on March 31st, 2025 at the Eko Hotel in Lagos celebrated 80 tribalizing women for their achievements across various sectors. The event featured notable figures including former President Goodluck Jonathan, who received the This Day Lifetime Achievement Award. Awards were also presented to outstanding women in businesses, finance, energy, politics, and other fields, with presentations made by prominent individuals such as Etedo Pesticide, Tunde Falawiyo, and Fola Adeola. Senator Oluremi Tinubu, Nigeria's First Lady, was honored through a representatives, while other recipients include Mrs. Catherine Uju of Britannia U Nigeria Limited, Chief Mrs. Folashade Okoya of Alleganza Industrial Society, and Senator Natasha Akpoti Udonke. The ceremony highlighted the impactful contribution of women to Nigeria's development and was attended by government officials, business leaders, and dignitaries from across the country. The Nigerian Police Force has withdrawn its invitation to the Emir of Kano, Sanusi Lamido Sanusi, regarding recent arrest during the March 30th Eid-el-Kabir celebration in Kano State. Instead, operatives from the Force Intelligence Department have been directed to obtain the monarch's statement in Kano, following advice from key stakeholders, and to prevent the politicization of police action. According to the Force Public Relations Officer, ACP Olumuyiwa Adejobi, the invitation was initially meant to gather Sanusi's account of events that led to violence during the Salah festivities. Prior intelligence had indicated plans by the two fictional emir, Sanusi and Ado Bayero, to host separate Durbar festivals, promoting the Inspector General of Police to deploy a senior officer to mediate. An agreement was reached for neither emir to ride on horseback or conduct double activities during the celebration. Despite this, Sanusi reportedly mounted a horse after Eid prayer, flanked by local vigilantes, an action that sparked a violent reaction from youth in the area, resulting in the death of one Usman Sagiru and injuries from several others. The police affirmed their commitment to impartial investigations, stating that arrests have been made and all Culpable parties will face justice in line with professional standards and the rule of law. The governor of Enugu State, Dr. Peter Mba, is set to lead the state governors' roundtable on investment opportunities in Enugu and Lagos State at the 2025 Commonwealth Trade and Investment Summit, opening today in London. The event, taking place at the historic Mansion House, is organized by the Commonwealth Enterprise and Investment Council and will run till Tuesday, 8 April. The summit aims to strengthen business to government relations across the Commonwealth's 56 member states. It will feature high-level plenary session, roundtable discussion, networking opportunities, and one-on-one meetings with over 400 delegates from more than 40 countries in attendance. Governor Mba will lead discussion alongside representatives from leading financial and investment institutions including Accra Capital, African Exim Bank, British International Investment, Crown Agent Bank, KPMG, M&G Investment, and Standard Chartered. The forum offers an avenue to showcase Enugu investment potentials to the international business community. Notable participants at CTIS include Honorable Lee Kinyanjui of Kenya, Nigeria's Minister of Industry, Trade and Investment, Dr. Jumoke Oduwole, Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu of Lagos State, and Lord Mayor of the City of London, Alistair King. Others are leaders from Gibraltar, Jersey, and executives from prominent organizations like Lloyds, Arab, Equity Bank, and the European Bank for Reconstruction and Development. Zenith Bank is serving as the summit anchor partner with the government of Cameroon, providing additional support. Key discussion will center on reducing trade barriers, boosting investment in emerging markets, and role of artificial intelligence and the global energy transition. The event built on a strategic partnership agreement signed in December 2024 between the Enugu State Government and CWEIC, aimed to accelerating trade and investment flows into the state. The CEO CWEIC's Glazebrook Rose had then expressed strong commitment to supporting Governor Mba's economic development agenda. The Arewa Consultative Forum ACF, Christian Association of Nigeria CAN, and Arewa Youth Consultative Forum AYCF have condemned the recent killings in Plateau State, calling for urgent government action, including declaring a state of security emergency and improving intelligence effort. They emphasize the need for peace, unity, and community involvement in resolving conflicts. The National Security Advisor Malam Nuhu Ribado stated that security improvement has led to a 90% reduction in violence. Meanwhile, the National Emergency Management Agency NEMA reported 52 deaths and over 1,820 displaced persons due to the attack, and have begun delivering humanitarian aid to affected communities. Suspected Boko Haram insurgents launched an attack in Izang village in the Gwaza local government areas of Borno State on Sunday afternoon, resulting in the death of a captain and a corporal. Although the insurgents suffered heavy casualties, the exact number of losses on both sides is still unconfirmed. According to the local government chairman, Honorable Abba Kawa Idrissa Timta, the significant number of terrorists were killed in the clash. The incident highlights ongoing insecurity in the state. The Nigerian National Petroleum Corporation (NNPC) Limited has secured a significant export deal set to ship its first crude cargo this month. Scheduled for loading on April 9 or 10, the cargo will be transported on the Data Tanker, a Greek-owned tanker. The deal concluded in March marked a milestone for NNPC, with the crude being sold on an S-ship basis where NNPC takes responsibilities for shipping and insurance. The cargo is set to discharge at various European ports. This achievement builds on NNPC's previous LNG shipments to Japan and China and supports its strategic vision to become a reliable global energy supplier. Additionally, NNPC is collaborating with Stena Bulk in Sweden to form a joint venture aimed at expanding its fleet of tankers and gas carriers for West African markets. Ekiti State Governor Biodun Oyebanji has expressed gratitude to the State National Assembly members for their support in securing funds for the payment of salaries for new doctors and health workers in the state. The move is part of the governor's efforts to enhance healthcare delivery following the renovation of equipping of 11 secondary health facilities. During a recent inspection of ongoing projects, Oyebanji revealed that while significant investments were made in the renovation of health facilities, additional funding was required to employ the necessary medical professionals. The collaboration with the National Assembly members has allowed the state to move forward with recruiting these essential workers. The death toll from cerebrospinal meningitis in Nigeria has risen to 156, up from 74, with 1,858 suspected cases reported across 23 states and 121 local government areas. According to the latest data from the Nigerian Center for Disease Control and Prevention, 126 confirmed cases has been recorded, with the national case fatality rate of 8.4%. There have been 1,826 suspected cases, with 151 deaths, mainly reported from Kebbi, Katsina, Jigawa, and Sokoto State. The disease has primarily affected children between the age of 5 and 14. The NCDC has warned of inadequate trained personnel and a lack of essential commodities in some states, which is hindering effective case management. Meningitis, a serious infection of the meninges in the country, is caused by various pathogens, with meningococcus being the most prevalent. The disease is particularly common in African meningitis bells, where outbreak often peaks during the dry seasons. Nigeria recently received over 1 million doses of the pentavalent meningococcal vaccine to combat the ongoing outbreak. The World Health Organization has identified the vaccine as crucial in reducing cases and preventing further spread. Orphans, widows, and vulnerable individuals in South Kaduna have expressed gratitude to Senator Sunday Marshal Katung for donating 11 million naira and essential food items to ease their hardship. The donation made in honor of the senator's birthday were distributed across key humanitarian centers, including the Rifiki Orphanage, Ekwa Widows Training Schools, and the Gwement Center in Jabal local government area. The aid, which include rice, spaghetti, semolina, and noodles, was praised for alleviating the financial strain faced by low-income households. The initiative, which also commemorates the senator's mother's birthday, received widespread support from local religious and political leaders who commended Katung for his leadership and commitment to the welfare of his constituents. Senator Katung emphasized his dedication to supporting vulnerable groups, stating, "It's not just about politics, it's about humanity." Report reaching us from Gombe. The Evangelical Church Winning All Ekwa has concluded its 3 days Men Fellowship International Conference with a strong message to Christians and Nigerians in general, urging them to seek God amid the nation's challenges. The event brought together men from across the country for spiritual renewal, fellowship, and leadership development. Still from Gombe State, as Nigeria prepares to mark Police Day on April 7th, the Gombe State Police Command is stepping up efforts to strengthen ties with the community. In line with the Inspector General of Police directive, the command has hosted the stakeholders town hall meeting amid at enhancing security collaboration. A coalition of non-governmental organizations under the Association of Women Against Gender-Based Violence recently held a 2-day event in Yanagua, Bayelsa, celebrating influential Nigerian women and their contributions to empowering others. Titled Cheers to Her, a celebration of women empowering women, the event focused on the importance of women's roles in national development, advocating for increased skill building and financial independence for women. AWAGB includes 18 women-led organizations in Bayelsa, such as the Federation of Muslim Women's Association in Nigeria, FOMWAN, and the women wings of the Christian Association of Nigerian South-South. That's all for now. Some TV is a 24-hour TV station. We are live every day. You can follow us on Facebook at Some TV.